So I'm here at the Stafford, Virginia pick-apart. It is one of the two that I mainly go to. There's one in Stafford and Fredericksburg, Virginia. These tend to have pretty good vehicles here. Unfortunately, you got to get here quick before they get picked. So I came here specifically because I have, well, 4 Jeeps, and I come here for parts to sell and also parts for my cars. So I'm coming here specifically, and I want to show you the reason why. So I came here because of this Jeep. I found one a year ago. Usually I find one every 1 year or 2 years. It just depends. So in the last like 10 years, I found maybe like 6 or 7 of them. So this is a 98 Jeep Grand Cherokee 5.9 Limited. This thing was made in 98 only. It was advertised as the fastest SUV in the world. It has 245 horsepower, 345 foot-pounds of torque at 3,200 RPM. It goes 0 to 60, I believe, in 6.7 seconds. Now, today's standards, that's about average. But back then, it was really fast. To give you an example, this was faster than a Mustang back then in the 90s. It was actually faster than a Corvette, too, I believe. Definitely faster than the old muscle cars of the 70s and 60s. So, it's a really quick SUV, and it has a lot of torque. You definitely feel it when you stomp on the gas pedal. I have one of these Jeeps, and the reason why I came here is because the parts on this thing sell for a boatload. Because it was built in 98, it was built with parts specific to it, or only in 98, and it was the special, 5.9 edition. It has specific parts to it that you can only find on this Jeep. They only made 14,000 of them, so I'm sure you can imagine after 25 years, however, how many have been in the junkyard or in accidents, there aren't that many left. So these specific parts are really hard to find. It's not like a 60s or 70s car where they made like 100,000 of them or 200,000, you know what I mean? So unfortunately, somebody did get the electric fan. This thing has an electric fan versus a clutch fan. It has 2 modes, high and low speed. This is what I came here to get, one of these parts. That electric fan sells for like $250, easy, in a week if you need the money quick. But what's weird is when people take the electric fan, they never take the switches. So you got the low speed switch and the high speed switch. These switches are specific to this car only. There is no aftermarket for them. Jeep has not made them in 15 plus years. So when you take this electric fan, take the switches. I always see the switches here. There are aftermarket switches that have, a higher turn-on temperature or a lower turn-on temperature, but it has to be specific to this car, because if you turn it on too low, the fan runs 24/7. If you turn it on too high, the engine RPMs actually go up because it's programmed into the computer to raise the engine RPM to spin the clutch fan faster if it had a clutch fan, but it doesn't. So take the sensors. Those are like at least $50 each. Today they're probably worth more because it's, getting older. Now this thing also came with a 150 amp alternator. This is a little baby alternator on here. I can tell from just the size of the case. This is like a 90 amp alternator. This is not even a 134 or definitely not a 150. So somebody put a 90 amp alternator on there with an electric fan that draws like 50 amps. That's kind of weird. The Jeep also has specific hood louvers, and this one actually has them. This is the first time I found them not taken or not broken, so I'm definitely going to be taking these. My 5.9 Limited is silver like this, and one of the hood louvers has a broken vent on it, so I'm definitely going to be putting this on mine. I just need to repaint it, and then the other 2 that I have, I'll just sell them, even with the little broken chip on the vent. Someone will buy it. So this car, you can tell who drove this thing. I mean, who has a Jeep like this and puts rims and tires like that on the car? I guess these rims and tires, this is what you would find like on an SRT8, and I guess this is kind of like the SRT8's granddaddy, because it was the fastest SUV in the world, but damn, those rims are ugly as fuck. That makes no sense. But what I came here for my Jeep is that. Holy crap. I was crossing my fingers that that thing was still on there, and I am shocked, really shocked. Somebody left that there, but took the electric fan. I guess people don't see value in other parts. They just take what they need and leave whatever there. But you could easily sell this bumper for $400 or $500. So, but I am putting this on my 5.9 Limited because 2 years ago I had a deer at 65 miles an hour, and it crushed my whole front end. It took about $150, $200 for me to fix it by myself. But I have a standard Grand Cherokee grill. This grill is also 5.9 specific. It has like the netting in it, and it's a little bit bigger, and it just looks meaner, if that makes sense. And I have not been able to find a grill for 2 years because it's only on this vehicle. Finally, I found a grill. As a matter of fact, in 10 years, I have never found a grill. They're either gone or they're broken by the time I get there. So thank God I found a grill so I can put mine back on and make it look like a 5.9 again. But this bumper, this baby is going on my Jeep. The bumper I have is like that standard Laredo non-painted bumper. It's ugly as hell. So if I hit a deer with this 1/8, 3/16 stick bumper, ARB bumper, yeah, that deer is going to be minced meat. So I definitely don't like those lights. Those are ugly as sin. I'm definitely going to be replacing those. And it is winch mountable, so you can put a 1,500-pound winch right there. So that's awesome. I mean, this thing, this is solid. This is thick steel. And an ARB bumper, they are selling new for $1,250. Now, $1,200 for a bumper like this sounds like a lot of money, and to be honest, I think it's a little overpriced, but it's well made. I can tell the welds are really nice on it. It's solid, thick steel. Definitely a nice bumper, but not $1,200 worth. But this is a real lucky find because in this junkyard, they sell bumpers for like $80. It doesn't matter if it's steel. It doesn't matter if it's plastic. So it says bumper, $80. I'm not going to have them haggle me or charge me more for something like this. $80 flat. Other specific things are the badging, 5.9 Limited badging. You can try to take those off. Floss works. If you don't have floss, you can use copper wire. So strip some copper wire in here. Use that to get the badges off. Other things for this Jeep that are specific are the door panels. The seats. These are WJ Grand Cherokees, so the 2004, 99, 2004 Jeep. That's the style that these things have. This seat is really, really nice. I might actually take this seat cover. This is better than the one I have in mind. Mine is not ripped or anything, but this one is really soft. Mine is kind of hard from the sun. Has leather-specific shifter knobs, park and brake, transfer case shifter. Definitely taking those. It also comes with like the cherry trim right here. That's 5.9 specific. Another thing I will take is this auto dimming mirror. I know the one in my Jeep doesn't really work anymore. I have to smack it all the time. It comes with a speaker bar in the back. It came with 10 speakers and a bigger amplifier. I will probably, if I have time, to take that off. Back seats are good, but I don't have the room or the money for those. The door panel on the driver's side is broken. The other 3 door panels are good, but I don't think I'll be taking door panels. I have my battery for my drill with me, so I'm going to take the door panel off this, and I'm going to jump the window motor because I need to see if the regulators still work on these rear windows, because probably it doesn't work on that one because it looks like it fell in the door and there's tape on it. But I need to see if the regulator works for this, because they don't make regulators for the rear doors. They only make them for the front. And mine, when you roll down the window, it just falls in the door. So aftermarket exhaust. There's other specific parts like the roof rack and the trim down here. But the main thing I'm after is that bumper and that grill. I am so excited. $1,000 bumper for $80. It looks older. The paint is faded off of it. I don't care. But who puts a bumper like that on here with those tires? Ugh, ugly as sin. Holy crap. Anyway, I'll let you guys go. Thanks for watching. And wish me luck getting this thing off. The nuts and bolts look kind of rusty, so we'll see what happens. Thanks.